Okay, so we left off me talking about understanding what these parent functions are, and then also understanding that each one of these things right here, f of x plus k, means we're going to take a parent function and we're going to add a number to the function. And then we're going to look at what adding that number to the function, what change that causes to the graph. We're going to look at multiplying some number to the function, and we're going to look at what change that multiplication causes to the graph. These two examples right here are changes that are happening outside the function, and these two changes right here are happening inside the function, and I'm going to give you a list to explain to you the difference between, or how to look at it and tell whether it's inside the function or outside the function. I'm going to give you a whole big list here in just a second. So on this next page right here, they ask us, okay, so what's going to happen if we take this parent function and we add a number to the outside of it? Okay, well, if you remember a while ago, we remembered that the parent function gave us a graph that looks like this. Okay, this side went up. It had a slope of 1, rise over run. The parent function, this is the parent function right there. Okay, again, if you don't remember that, you've got one of two choices you can do. You can look at the parent function. This is the x value. This is the absolute value of x. Plug in some numbers. Okay, plug in some numbers. Plug in -2. The absolute value of -2 is 2. You can see it right here, -2, 2. There's the dot right there. Okay, plug in -1, you get -1. Oh, I'm sorry, you get a +1. Okay, -1, +1, because the absolute value of -1. Plug in 0, you get 0. You plug in 1, you get 1. You plug in 2, you get 2. Okay, so that's one thing you can do, is you can do the table. Or don't forget, you can always go to the graphing utility, your calculator. I'll show you your calculator in just a second. And type in the absolute value of x, and it gives you the parent function. Okay. Let's see. I think you've got your calculator open right here. I have a function already on there. I'm going to hit the document button, and then I'm going to hit B, and that should clear everything. It doesn't look like it is. No, I do not want to save. Okay, so here's, I cleared everything, okay? So if you want an absolute value function, you click this button right here, your template button, and then when you get your template button, that's the one that you choose, okay? Template button comes up, you type in the absolute value of x, and you press enter, and it shows you that graph that we were just talking about. Okay, so now they want us to see what the absolute value of x plus 1. Now notice this plus 1 is just stuck on the end, okay? This is what we call, this 1 right here is what we say this 1 is outside. It's outside the function. Okay, I'll show you this. I don't think this is an example of it being inside the function. Okay, the absolute value of x with the plus 1 being inside the absolute value bars, that's inside the function. This one is outside those absolute value bars. Okay, the function was defined to be what's happening to x. We're taking the absolute value of it. We're still taking just the absolute value of x, and then after we take the absolute value of x, we're adding 1 to it. So if we look at a table of values, what's going to change? Okay, we're going to take the absolute value of x, and we're going to add 1 to it. What's going to change is you plug in -2, you take the absolute value of -2, which is +2, and then add 1, you get 3. You take the absolute value of -1, and you add 1, absolute value of 1 is 1, you add 1 to it, and you get 2.